Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy John Megacycle here. Another couple of episodes of SimCity Cities of Tomorrow coming at you. What I've got so far, I think we've played a couple of sessions worth. We are striving for our leaderboard challenge. And I've explained it a couple times, but let's do it once more since this is a fresh stream on Twitch, and you'll see these episodes later on YouTube in a couple of weeks or so, I'd say. One of the things is... I know this game is old. 2013 is when it came out originally. Couple of add-ons, couple of DLCs, and that sort of a thing. But since this game is so old, the leaderboards are fairly fresh. There's not a lot stopping us from making some of the leaderboards, and I wanted to see how far we could get. So from population, Megacycle Entertainment is the name of the territory I've claimed. We're in the top 5%, which is awesome. Simoleons, top 50. Yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit of work on that. Wealth, top 5. Awesome. Approval, top 50. There's a couple of spots that need a little tweaking for sure. Hickory Ridge. Hickory Ridge. I think that's the one I just claimed and then did nothing with. We'll have to take a look on that. Education, top 5%. Crime, not in the top anything, which I think is good. Health. What are we on health? Top 5. Awesome. Sickness. Top 50. That's not good. Pollution. Top 5. Awesome. Green regions. Not even on the map. I'll have to figure that out a bit. I'm very confident OmegaCo kind of ruins that up pretty hard. Anyway, let's take a look at the prices this session. Crude oil, raw ore seem to be normalized-ish. Crude ore, when we started, we had 2 or 3 regions that were making bank, like 15 a barrel. Now we're only really sitting on, well, 8. It's not great. Let's take a look at some of the other commodities. Oil, or alloy. Alloy's gotten back up there nicely. Yeah, that was down to like 40k for a while. Yeah. I think last time we streamed, we were down here in some no-no zone. Fuel has taken a massive hit. Plastic, a little bit of a hit. Not too terrible, though. Processors are looking 67. Okay, OmegaCo is going to flourish a lot more if we just purchase processors straight out. So with a little bit of, let's see, what is it for computers? Is it, I think it's plastic and processors? Or something? 67, 27, something like that. But we can flip that to 147. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. What were we a month ago on some of this stuff? Okay. Processors have been fluctuating a bit. When I started a fresh single-player world, processors are at 105,000. Just to start, which is pretty nuts. Okay, so that being said, raw materials, like for OmegaCo, is going to be crude oil, raw ore, right? These are way, way down, so OmegaCo is going to be really easy pickings, I think. I was playing on a new area that we started last session. I think Settler's Rest? No. Conestoga Crossing? That doesn't sound right. Okay, I'm going to abandon Hickory Ridge because it's screwing up my score. Yep, there's nothing there. When it says 0 and 50,000, you can easily tell there's just nothing there. I can't remember the city that we started that I wanted to see a perfect OmegaCo setup, and I was just going to go with Mega Towers. And I just started and I got kicked off. Let's see, I did play a little bit in between last session and now. I think all I really managed was getting some of the technology out of the way. The technology with the Academy is quite valuable, at least some of it is. So it's just, oh yeah, this place. Nope. We are going to abandon that as well. Where in the heck? Frontier Fields, maybe, was where we left off? Having one person keep track of 3 regions isn't that big of a deal. Having one person keep track of 16 regions gets a little much. This was my oil tycoon place. I can't really quite recall where the heck... this can be abandoned. easily. So let's just go abandon it real quick. Exit to main menu. I don't want to abandon regions. Like, we'll eventually play all of them, but the problem with it is it's screwing up my average. So Settler's Rest, abandoned. Yep. That's the one I was making fun of with the road that's just kind of dumb. Conestoga Crossing, 1.5 mil. That almost sounds right. Let's take a gander, see what we got. Wealthier academy workers complete researches faster. Use parks to increase register. This was not the city I started that I had in mind, I don't think. But this was still a really nice OmegaCo cash cow. Plus 22k is not bad. Could do more with OmegaCo. How far did we get with OmegaCo infiltration? Lowish on commercial and residential, so that needs more work. But this was a fairly mature area, and I was pretty happy with it. But let's not worry about that. Oh! One thing I did kind of sit on a little bit was transporting materials to the international airport. Worked on a lot of crude, and oh, there's something I wanted to show you. This game is buggy. End of statement. This game's got some issues. But one of the issues that I found was a lot more common is something that I wanted to share during the stream. I was sitting here. This is a city that needs a bit of rework, for sure. I'm just gonna pause the game. But this is when I started working on the Wonder, and what happened is I started purchasing a lot of products and shipping stuff over. And the problem with that is I lost all my money in very, very short order. Like, it was ridiculous. But one of the things I noticed, I wanted to show this off. If I click on this trade port says 11 delivery trucks, right? We can count them if we want. That's 5, that's 6, that's 11. When I was trying to transport fuel during the last stream, none of my fuel was transporting, even though we were full up on oil. We were full up on oil. None of it was getting transported, and I couldn't figure out why. So I clicked on this, and I tried to figure it out. We have the VTOL pads, which are cute. But I took a look, and this said 1 delivery truck, even though it had all 11 stalls. So I went into the mode here, the build mode, blew up everything, and rebuilt them. That gave me the trucks back, and it restarted the distribution network. After I did that, we started moving fuel or oil like nobody's business. See, all this is delivering right now. We're well over half of our crude oil requirement. So not too shabby. But that's kind of how that worked. So, I'm not going to mess with that region this session. It definitely needs work. But what I'm trying to find is there's a region I started with OmegaCo. Maybe it was Painted Point. And I just want literally 8 mega towers. I want OmegaCo, and that's it. We'll work on other stuff in terms of... Let's see, this wasn't it either. We'll work on other stuff in terms of after that. But right now... Oh, this was it. Wrangler's Rest. Yep, this was our guy. This was our guy. We kind of really started to learn OmegaCo last session. I didn't really have any experience with OmegaCo. I knew it was dangerous, and that's it. Like, there's a lot going for it, and that's all I knew. But it's honestly all I knew about it. In this session, or last session, like I said, we really started to get into more the nitty-gritty of it. Not a lot of residential demand, not a lot of commercial demand. Do I have offices here? I don't. Offices are really what's going to give us a nice boost. 80,000 a pop. Yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit. Do I have all my bonds taken out? I do. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a stipend here. You have 4 million. You have no million. You have no million. Okay. We're going to go to processor comp, where we make processors and computers. I kind of want to see what TVs and computers actually take for a raw materials perspective, because I might actually just create a region that imports a bunch of crap, turns it into something else, and then ships it out. I knew that. Alloy and plastic makes processors. Processors, alloy, and plastic. Processors and plastic. Processors and alloy. Yeah, processors and plastic, we could easily pound out a bunch of TVs out of that and make a killing with it. So that might not be a bad plan, but that's not the objective for this stream. Wrangler's Rest, money give, all the money, minus a bunch so I can actually make it from month to month here. 2.5 is more than plenty. Maximum speed this up a bit. Simoleon gives sent to Wrangler's Rest, awesome. And load. Gonna take a little bit to receive that, but I want to talk a lot of strategy anyway, so I've got more than enough time to kind of float, if you catch my drift. Okay. In terms of density, there's not a ton I want to do with density. As I said, I'm going to be mostly removing all this. Where's the wind? That way? Awesome. I'm building up our first mega tower just so we can actually make a little profit. Right now, we're not making anything here because, well, I don't have any offices. You really make money with malls and offices, and in order to placate those regions, to make them happy, you need to make sure that you have enough residential places, so that way people will actually work. They'll actually come to work. They'll do their job, kind of a thing, right? I think I started on low density here, just so we can get the game going. Let's kick some of these center ones to medium density. We'll get a little more taxation out of the deal. Probably going to see a very, very heavily fluctuating budget as stuff rebuilds. Tears down, builds back up, that kind of a thing. Did we not? People are dying all around us. It's unfortunate. I haven't been able to afford a proper... I think we have a fire station. And we have a fire station and a police station. We don't have any medical facilities yet. Once we get that stipend of a few mil, this is all going to go away. All of this is going to poof. The very second I can get more of the ball rolling with what I want. But I would like our full 8 mega towers, each with at least 1 office, 1 mall, 1 park, 1 education, and 4 residential. It's kind of how I'm seeing it. When we get there, OmegaCo is going to be a lot easier to get into everything. Also, with the low price of oil and fuel, oil and ore, this should be a really easy conversation to have. Our first OmegaCo building is actually, what, 30,000? Yeah. And then I need enough for the 3 add-ons, and the VTOL rocket delivery, and the freight. So I don't really feel confident starting OmegaCo, like base OmegaCo, unless I've got $250,000. Maybe that's super conservative, but at this stage of the game, we're pretty mature with our other regions. Some need work, some don't. And that's okay. So I don't want to just immediately go into debt and be like, well, womp womp. Gonna have to figure that out the hard way. Our bonds are taking a really huge cut into our money. So I don't mind waiting. We'll just pay off some bonds. Take this kind of chill, right? No big rush. No big rush. And pay that off. Oof. 5,000 an hour. Nice. Could do with more zoning, but I'd rather just pay off the loans. Let's see here. You would like me to start with OmegaCo, and you are offering me $36,000 to do so. Awesome. Oh, I forgot about that little bit of a nugget. That's a sweet treat. That's the first building. Pays for itself right there. But we'll be a little patient. OmegaCo is really dicey, and you have to be really careful with it. The way in which it works, the way I understand it, it's a chain of infection. Omega starts infecting your industry. Industry? Oh, is this the day after with the trash? This is garbage. Yeah. No thanks. We're not doing trash yet. OmegaCo affects your industry, or infects. I-N, not A-F. Infects your industry. Industry then produces goods, delivers those goods to commercial districts. Commercial districts then are infected with Omega. That's how the standard Omega production chain works. After that, you can get delivery drones, which provide like a home shopping network for your residential sims. That being said, That's kind of how it works. And if the production chain falters at all during that process, it can be disastrous. I'm just going to put this here. Let's just get some trash going. Because what happens, it's a real bad cascading effect. Everything ramps up and you get really addicted to the profits, right? Once you get that level of addiction, you have to maintain production constantly. And if you don't, it all falls apart. So that's where that becomes a little dicey. And we need to make for very, very sure when we're making the conscious decision of incorporating our city with OmegaCo that we're doing it in the right method. We're doing it the right way. Okay, now that we have garbage collection, we're starting to see some larger buildings come up, which is good. Bigger buildings means more taxes, yo. But yeah, all this is going to go away. I just needed it as a tax base to get us started. And once it does, it's going to be, yeah, mega towers left and right, OmegaCo, and then probably segue immediately into tourism. Tourism is going to be a nice take on that, I think. Maglev tracks approved. Awesome. Yeah, back up to 5,000 even with trash collection. Awesome. Things are looking good. And we're still paying off our debts as the game progresses anyway. The other thing about OmegaCo is you can actually send OmegaCo to another city. Now, if you're playing with your friends, if you're playing on a multiplayer server, make sure you talk to the city owner that is an okay thing to do. Because it's the same thing. If OmegaCo falters in your city, and you're not producing OmegaCo, or Omega's the product, OmegaCo is the company. If you're not producing enough stuff and you shovel it over to somewhere else, that's where this gets dangerous because now they are subject to the same process, right? They need to rely on you to get enough Omega into their system so that their industry doesn't fall apart. And then thereby their commercial doesn't fall apart. And then thereby their residential doesn't fall apart because it is a nasty chain of buildings becoming abandoned if there's not enough Omega to go around. So when you're making that conscious decision, yeah, be conscious when you're making that conscious decision because it's rough. So I don't know if any of that's true, but those are kind of the notes I had from our last session when we started dipping into OmegaCo. That's kind of the way I've seen it so far, is it can be very impressive with a lot of profits, but grain of salt that, right? You got to be real careful with how that plays out. Also, I think I found that with our last session, when it really came down to it, OmegaCo should not be your first specialization. And that's honestly my opinion. I wait until the city's a bit more mature, maybe start off with gambling or resource extraction, or something that's a bit more stable. Aside from that, it gets dice. It gets really dicey if it's your first one and you don't have either resource extraction or you don't have enough money to buy the supplies and materials you need to keep the whole thing going. That's where that gets nuts. That's where that can get nuts. So, we have Mega Towers. That's my first specialization I'm choosing here. But then, yeah, I'd like to get all this knocked out with that 2.5 mil and get OmegaCo going. The only reason why I really harp on Mega Towers being pretty awesome, aside from what they do, okay, is with OmegaCo, it's really easy to infect a Mega Tower. You're just going to turn around, come here, and eat my trash. I'm not even worried. Yep. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Yep. You didn't even blow up the dump. You burnt one house. Come on. I know how you operate. Come here. Yep. Oh no! The trash dump! Uh-huh. Okay, so Godzilla Jr. showed up, hung out for 2 hours, blew up what? 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings that didn't cost me anything. Building fire, yep, that's nothing to do with it. Didn't touch the dump. Didn't touch anything, just dug right in and that's it. Man, I remember... I remember disasters from, like, SimCity 2000, or the original SimCity. Disasters were disastrous. Like, they were an issue. Now, it's just... Oh, you got 5 buildings. Oh no, what are we even? Yes, the day after. Go, 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 go. Yes. Garbage collection starts at 6 a.m. Right? 6:00. Did we already get it for the day? Yep, perfect. Ooh, that was close. The garbage event. The garbage event can trigger at any time, but it's really important when we accept it. We've run through that a couple of times now. That's perfect. I need, what, 250 cans? We're already halfway there. 22 hours left. Awesome. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. A lemony squeezy. Yeah, we're making almost 8K an hour. This is great. No problem. Really simple to get the game started. It's when you start specializing, it can be a little janky and a little tricky for some. Yeah, 25,000 in the bank. Cool. Oh, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. We're 4 hours in. The garbage trucks can literally take all day to get the trash. I don't mind. I'd love a recycling center soonish. I'd love a lot of stuff. But let's keep working on our Mega Tower. The Mega Tower is what's also going to provide us power when we get the power crown. Not enough garbage trucks. Yeah, it's okay. People have to go to work, right? They come home at 5. We'll get the trash by 5 p.m. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're already halfway done. You're 2/3, you're 75% done. What are you worried about? You're worried about nothing. N-U-F-F-I-N. You're worried about nothing. You're freaking me out because you're freaking out. Don't worry about it. It's cool, man. What time is it? 2 o'clock? Okay, I could honestly use about 2 more trucks. But it's not as bad as you're making it out, my friend. It's not that bad. There we go. Look at that. I've collected it, almost all of it. Okay. We now have an office of low-tech. Co's now hiring. It will not fill, I'm very sure. It will not fill to capacity. Need more workers to make a profit. Park, mall, need more shoppers to make a profit. What level was that? Level 2 mall? I probably need a level 2 apartment. But let's see this fill in a bit. Because you're making such a large change in terms of a mega tower, you're either adding a lot of residential or a lot of commercial or a lot of industrial. You kind of have to be careful how you do your building and how often you're building. If you're building 3 or 4 mega towers at the same time, that can get really dodgy. What's busted? Oh. Abandoned building. Okay. That's fine. Yep, everything is starting to develop and mature very nicely. That did not take long to fill, but that had a little backfill to do anyway. Just do this. I would love some control net, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Water, I'm sure, is low. Yes, water is low. Water is, however, also available in the region, which is nice. Just chuck down 2 of these small guys. I would love another sewage treatment plant. Dumping the sewage into the ground doesn't really make me feel super about that. But again, we'll need some level of obscene cash to get sewage treatment plants. Okay, we have enough sewage now. We're still fairly low on water. How about right there? That should be enough, right? 12.4. Let's add 1 more. 22.1, that's fine enough for me. Okay, so we've added a level 2 apartment. That's filling out the office very nicely. We need more shoppers. Okay, I probably need another level 2 apartment. I also would like an education center. I actually don't need another level 2 apartment yet, but let's get it. Oh, I don't have enough for that. Okay, that's fine. Making 9,000 an hour. How's our Mega Tower doing? Turning a profit. Awesome. It's really important, and I've learned throughout this season that the Mega Towers themselves provide their own profit base. It's really, really dangerous if you have a bunch of Mega Towers and they're not producing enough money. Okay, I'm producing 21 extra. What are you worried about? You're worried about nothing. Omega discovered. Hey, that's super. Need medium wealth apartments. Okay, are you sure on that? We good with that? Let it sit for a little bit? See, the guy says we need medium wealth, but the demand here is incredibly low for the local. I don't know about that. I'm gonna wait. Heck, we might be able to make a pretty good swing at Omega even without any amount of that donation I sent myself. Okay. There's our education crown right there, or education level. Once we get the solar crown, I'll need at least 2 Mega Towers with solar crowns. But after that, we'll be set on energy. How am I still on top of energy? I have a deficit, but you're not going to tell me about it. Okay. That's neat. I'm just going to slap down one of those. That should be more than plenty. It's almost 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is when our photovoltaics will start charging. This game is visually beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But the game always has me wanting more. I'd really like to get into city skylines or maybe a more mature city builder stylized game. But SimCity is always going to have a tender place in my heart. I just keep shoveling sewage. We'll get a ground scrubber eventually, then we'll deal with that. But for right now, I'm not doing a thing. Okay, we have a school. That looks good. That looks alright. Mall level looks good. What's our total profit? We're probably going to take a hit because of the education tier. The education tier is a service we're giving to our Sims. 1,800 an hour. Ouch. That's a lot of money I'm not getting anymore. But that's okay. It's a service. We want to make sure our Sims are well educated. Well-educated Sims produce more recycling, which we haven't been able to touch yet because that's also a costly maneuver. Okay, so if I... Hang on. Let's talk to you again. Do you have any complaints? You just told me I needed medium wealth. Oh, 10 million. I thought I only gave myself like 3 million. Or 2... Okay, well, guess what? It's upgrade time, kids. Is there anything else I want with this? Let's do another residential level 2. Yep, it's absolute go time with all this. That looks fine. I'm not too sure how much of a profit margin we're going to get out of this area considering how I want to handle it, but I think we'll still be able to make some nice change. Petition to build Skybridge approved. Hey, that's great. Next up. I probably need high wealth. Oh, this is actually going to give me... Oh, let's do another offices. Elite Mega Tower with office level medium tech. Kind of want it right there. Because that should hopefully give me enough room to do this. Awesome. Awesome. Cool, cool. Okay. Hi. You are going to give me a power crown. And that's going to produce all the energy I'm going to need for 8 minutes. 9 minutes? 9 minutes? Give or take a minute. No, I want... There, I want to maximize as much space as possible, my dude. Quit trying to shortchange me. Time for a crown. Maybe you should have noticed that I was doing it. I don't want to mess with sky bridges. If sky bridges weren't the cost of an entire level, I think they might be way more pro, but they don't feel like a good strategy to me at all. But maybe I'm just flipping. Okay, what more do we need? High class apartment levels for sure. Now, how much is this tower making us? Total profit today, 15,000. That's not bad because I have a park, an education tier, a solar crown. I have a bunch of things that aren't money-making things, but are really good investment things. You get where I'm coming from? That's not too bad. The investment is good. Investment good. Have a bonus. I don't need... Oh, is our solar crown working? Producing 400 megawatts. I would definitely say so. Guess what? Boop. You're out of here. Now, that's the rail line. It comes from somewhere... Okay, over there. I want to get recycling. Oh, 30 million. Holy crap. How much money did I send myself? Ha! I don't remember. Apartment level 1. I know you're going to complain immediately about crap wealth value or land value, so let's get a park level immediately. Okay. I would like proper sewage. Where can we get a decent amount of area that won't interrupt anything else, literally? Let's do... Let's do something like that. Cool. And then right next to it, water facilities. See how much of this I can get together. Cool. That works out pretty stupid well. Okay, next up. What is our capacity? 391. Excellent. Go away, go away, go away, go away, and go away. Poof. Alright, that's all that. Next is recycling. It's another really big ticket item I need moving on the quick. Can I do a second one right next to it? Rats, I can't. That's okay. Another thing I learned about Omega, what part of the leaderboards are you going for? All of them. I don't have a battle plan. That's a good question, but I do not have a battle plan. Just, wait, what the hell? Oh, the service road. Okay. You gotta trim up, my dude. No, I just want this one piece of road. Nope. Okay. Your go-to 10 line is absolutely busted. I didn't have a battle plan. I didn't have any, like, real idea. Like, I'm not like, yeah, we're going for computers, baby. Like, I wanted to load up this game. I've got a lot of nostalgia with it, have a little fun, and just see where we can get. Right now, we're top 5% on quite a few of the items. So I'm pretty gosh darn happy about that, if I'm going to be honest. I thought this was going to take a lot longer for me to get. But this is our third stream session. Okay, there's that. And now the next thing it's going to complain about is storage, but we'll get to that eventually. Hi. You are going to follow suit with a park level. What are we looking like for demands? I love this game. Depending on what server you're on, leaderboards can be a challenge. That's fun. Excellent. Well, I'm happy to hear that. This game has a lot going for it. And I don't hate the game. There's, like I said, there's a lot of nostalgia and a lot of old-timey love I have for this game. The only thing that really irks me is how many very obvious, simple bugs I feel I keep running into. That kind of drives me a little nuts. But I know how EA kind of runs stuff. Like, once the game's out, it's out. Like, meh. You know, and that's kind of what happened when this game came out legit. When it came out. Like, it was just like... there were errors. Wasn't there like a class action lawsuit I heard or something? Like, just so much stuff about it was just broken. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna absolutely agree. If Maxis literally kept the rights to everything, this would have been a completely different game. Because I'll load up any SimCity game and I'll play the heck out of it. Like, I really want to find a working version of SimCity 2000. Because that's where my heart really sunk into SimCity games. The level of micromanagement when it came to the budget, the level of everything. Just, I can't even explain one thing I liked about it because I just have such warm fuzzies about the whole thing. Okay, where are we looking at here? I have, like, no real demand for anything. So I'm gonna let that sit. Idea is we are gonna nuke all this, OmegaCo it up real hard, and go from there. I actually want to start building more mega towers. 32 million. When did I send all this money to myself? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Stop. That's not at all what I want to have happen. What I do want to have happen, though, is I want to start rebuilding our infrastructure, because our infrastructure sucks. I think that's enough. And we're going to do something like this. Too close to existing intersection. That's fine. This is... Hold on. This does not feel right. Why do I have the water map on? Stop. I'm not doing anything with water. Listen, my dude. Okay, that looks better to me. Okay. We're sitting on a tidy amount of cash. We're still making a profit somehow. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get all that. We'll get all fresh buildings and everything. But for right now, transit is a lot more my freaking issue here. Can I not waste more land? Okay, so I like this whole plot mechanic, like adding more to an existing structure. I like that. But man, I really wish I could just hold shift and just be like, there you go. You're copying and pasting multiple things at the same time. That would be righteous. Or just let me build a finished version of the building. You don't have to ask me how I want my bus stops to be just a little different this time. Just do it. Just make me a full one. Kabam bam. Like, I don't know. I really wish EA had a better grip on, like, mods. Like, modding as a culture. Like, as a thing. I really wish there was more of that in the EA store. Because I would love to see a modded version of this. There's just a few bugs that could use a little tweaking. That's all. I think this would be a real dynamite game again. But we are getting rid of all this. All this is out of here. That was all just our springboard to get started to some money. And that's it. Can I not click that? Oh, you're a tree. Traffic, bigger spaces, and a few other things. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe I'm dumb, and I just don't understand the breadth and the depth of how much effort that would all take. Maybe I'm like, oh yeah, just change 2 lines of code. There you go. Maybe I'm taking that much of approach to it. We're doing 2 has... Oh, can I build it this way? Oh, that maximizes space like crazy. Okay. That goes away. Hazmat. Fire truck, fire marshal. And of course, this little thingy-ma-do that doubles the dispatch time, or cuts the dispatch time in half. Encourage people to actually use mass transit, yeah. Yeah. That's another thing about this game that drives me absolutely crazy, is mass transit sounds like a dragon that comes once every 100 years and does some bad stuff. But anytime you ask somebody information about the dragon, no one has any information. It's like, what kind of dragon is it? Is it a red dragon? Does it spit fire? Is it a blue dragon? Is it a black dragon? How old is the dragon? Is it a juvenile? Like, I need this information. I'm the adventurer. I need this information to figure out how to defeat the dragon. But it's just like you talk to the townspeople, and they're like, once every years, a dragon comes in and ruins everything. It's like, that doesn't help me solve the problem about the dragon. Same thing with mass transit. I keep getting told I need more mass transit over and over. Oh, you need more stuff. You need more stuff. You need more stuff. The game will tell you you need to do things, but not like, what? Like, I've had 3 of these streetcar depots. You think you can have 3? Yeah, 3 of them. Had that maxed out. 2 bus stations, maglevs, the whole 9 yards. Everything. I had everything I could. And I still got to, like, highway traffic congestion's a real issue. Shut up, Goofy, I know. You're not helping me figure out why, though. You're just telling me it's wrong. Like, that doesn't, you know, like, think of like a teacher with a student. You're trying to teach the student how to do something, right? But you're not telling them how, like, you're not helping them learn. It's just like, oh, that's really great macaroni art. Do it again. And it's like, you just said it was great, and now it's not great? I don't understand. You're not helping me learn. You're just being mad. And that's not helping me learn. Like, all right, get angry. I don't even care. I don't even know. I don't even understand. So anyway, the whole thing with the mass transit, it sounds like it's a demon that must be vanquished from the land of where we Wranglers rest. But none of the townspeople have any idea what it is. We just know some drunken frat boys come in and mess up our town every once in a while. Like, no one's paying attention. Oh yes, once every years. Bad things. Oh yeah? Great, I guess. Time for a big-ass police station. Meep, meep, moop. Time to get bad guys. Beep, boop, beep. I think 2 sets of squad cars is gonna be enough. See? Where did the first snap point go? Drives me just a little bonkers every time. That's probably enough jail cells. I would honestly like a crime prevention center. Because we are gonna go... Response time. Instant! In all caps! That's gonna be good. Because I will want to go into some amount of tourism, aka gambling, aka I don't know. Alright. We are incurring an obscene amount of expenses. Why? Well, I just added a ton of infrastructure. Apartment level 2. Apartment level 3. You are going to build a park because I know the very second I don't, I'm going to get yelled at. Our property value is just bananas. And I'm like, is that good? Is that bad? Is that good? Is that bad? That and fix the maps for the Great Works. Discovery Delta is the only one you can do them all without mods. Really? I thought you could do Titan's Gorge as well without mods. Huh. Wait, are there mods for this game? Like, is there legit a modding community that I did not know about? Huh. Nope. Okay. Interesting. I had no idea. Oh, you know what? I didn't build any streetcar stops. That's why you're in red. I got so distracted doing literally anything else. And these are going everywhere. There is, but you can't play the leaderboards with stuff like mods. You know what? That's fine. I would accept that. Like, I'm a guy that enjoys a game for the game. I don't really do much in terms of competition. Okay, so I blew that up. Tons of bad guys, but we also have tons of cop cars. That's not a problem. Let's continue our work on... No, I don't want maglev. Dude, I don't even have control net. Why are you telling me to do something I can't even do properly? That's dumb. That's dumb advice. You're dumb and you give dumb advice. There, hurtful language. I'd rather be able to play with people than use mods, but that's just me. You know, that's entirely fair. When I played with a few people, my only real hitch was it's buggy AF when you try to share resources or you try to work on a project together. Like, the experience can be instant. It can be, like, really good, like, real quick. Or it can be awful. Like, if you want to give money to someone, or if you're trying to, like, oh, I have a great police force. I'll lend you some of my police force. Here is some of my police force. And it just doesn't show up. Like, it's just never there. So crime is rampant. Ugh. And to give it benefit of the doubt, sometimes it works really well. Sometimes. Level destroyed. What? How? Fire. Okay. Well, I don't have a 5-star fire department not 2 blocks away. That's all I have to say about that. really. That's all I really have to say about that. Okay, I'm not super pressed about getting all of the mega structures built to completion, but what I would like to do is start getting some of this laid out. So we have what? We have police, fire, 2 transit. I need medical. Medical. Health. Injured Sims. I know, we haven't had a hospital yet, buddy. We're working on that. I haven't built any medical anything. Just have a good transit, good traffic management usually helps with that. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Oh, we put him on this side. Yes, that saves a perfect amount of space. 2 wellness centers for sure. This is a patient waiting wing. Where do I put these? Oh yeah, ambulances. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to be going Omega. Time until death, 2 times previous time until death. Like, again, this game tries to help, but the information is a little vague. If it sucks, your trucks will never get there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is looking really good, right? All these buses and all this, yeah. This is looking real good. I was hoping with the park and rides and stuff would help. Try to keep as much of the traffic off the road as possible, but also building the mega towers over a bit more, I think is really going to help with that. Next up, this is going to be our gambling district. So I want a fair amount of room, because that's gambling and tourism. Why do you angle up? What? No, stop. Stop. No, stop. Stop that. Nope, we're so close. So close. Now we're not even... What if I go through it? Man, you really want to link up over there, huh? Now why is the road descending? I'm gonna not connect that. See, this worked out great. Thunk. Is this... that kind of does what I want it to do. Sure. Whatever. It doesn't have to be an exact science, and I kind of don't care. Next up is gambling. I love these little casinos. I really do. Do we go for gambling? I think I just had a stroke. Something else I want to do first. No, we just don't have a very high demand for stuff. So where are the offices? Because I don't have a low-level office there. I have a medium office here, which is full. We had another office over here somewhere. Education, apartment, office. Cool. I thought I had another office here. Okay. Our mega towers should all be making... you are not making money, which is fine, because you're also providing me with all the power I could eat. We're not doing too bad. Let's take a quick overview. Realistically for me, I want the mega towers to be a little higher than what we're losing. Because what it's also providing is a ton of residential area without using a ton of residential area. Control net, maybe? Maybe we start messing with that a little bit. I don't need a lot of control net. I don't think I want a full academy. Even though I think the academy provides way more control net per capita. Wait, what am I missing? 5 high wealth residential buildings, 3 so far. Alright, we'll wait. It's fine. You need a place to sell stuff. I completely forgot about that. Can we go... I don't... let's go big. Why not? I could use the VTOL pads to just shovel this stuff out of here. There's fine. Hi. You need metal, alloy, plastic, 2 of these VTOL kabang bangers, and a bunch of trucks. JT Raven, I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but I showed off a couple of bugs, which isn't really something I want to say that I do or whatever, but there were a couple of really weird bugs I was getting with, in terms of 65,000. Holy crap, I don't remember it being that high. But there's a couple of bugs with the cargo trucks that I was trying to supply to a Wonder, and I would click on it on the actual trade port, and it would say delivery trucks 1, even though I had 11 truck stalls. You just have to blow it up and start over, which is dumb. That's okay. Are we making some money now? Yeah, alloy. That one sale of alloy will pay for 4 to 5 hours of expenditure, which is pretty sweet. Pretty darn sweet. Yeah, that bug specifically happens when you trade, or I guess there's 2 times I've seen it. If a recycling center is full of plastic, none of the trucks will deliver to the trade port, and you won't sell any plastic. It's just a weird deadlock. That's what happened to me one time. Second time it happened is anytime I ever deal with the Wonder. The truck might actually successfully make 2 or 3 runs, but then just disappear. I can never find where it is. If I go to the main map, like I go to this and it'll say trucks or whatever, they won't be here. I just won't have any idea where they go. So just gotta nuke all the stalls, start over. Incredibly frustrating, but whatever. Okay. Mega Tower, let's check one more time how that looks. Very low demand on everything, which is fine. Now the problem is I don't want to start my casino empire because look at all the congestion I already have, right? Let's see. Do I have scrubber tech? I do. Okay, let's go ahead and bite the bullet. Oh, that's right. I don't have the academy yet, but I do have this. Can I fit 2 in there real snug like? No. Okay. That's going to get me a little bit of control. It's usually stuck in traffic inside of the Wonder. But yeah, I've seen those before. Okay, that makes sense. How are we doing on capacity? Capacity's fine. We are producing 1,620 control. That's awesome. This is all going to get upgraded. Couldn't get it to the top right away because we just started our city. But all this is going to get nuked and rezoned. I've got no qualms about any of this. All this can go. Yep. This game is also really weird how little the Sims remember anything happening. Like, any bad situation, they just don't remember it. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you have a ride in Roller Coaster Tycoon, and it kills somebody, like, you customized it, and it's either going too fast, or it derails, or something, because that can happen. People can actually die in that game, which I didn't know when I was a wee nipper and playing it. But to make people forget, you literally shut down the ride, count to 10 and reopen it. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's literally all that happens, and people are like, oh, this is a brand new ride. This is a brand new thing. Let's go experience the brand new thing, family. No F's given, for sure, about any of it. Okay, all this goes. All this goes. Did I not de-zone that? Oh, well, that one little spot right there. Okay, we're good? We're clear? Okay. Now what we have is a clean palette for everything for us to mess with. I like it. It's a good start. It's a good feeling. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.